sports fans. This is Stephen Forrester, your Eastland County Today sports editor. I'm just looking here at the latest copy of the sports edition found in our paper. It is outstanding. And I want just to encourage you, if you haven't picked up a copy, to do so at your local newsstand. Or what I've got even a better offer is to subscribe to the Eastland County Today. For $45 for the entire year, you can have the Eastland County Today with the sports page and all the county news delivered to your mailbox. $45 entire year, every week, the paper will come to your mailbox. And with the physical edition, we also provide a digital edition for you, for your tablet, for your phone, for your laptop. You get access and you see the entire paper in digital color. It is outstanding to look at. You get it about Wednesday evening, even before the hard copy comes out Thursday. To subscribe, you can either contact the office at 629-1707, or you can email me, ecn-sports@att.net, and we will take care of you. Man, this is what you get. You get football, news, sport, pictures, volleyball, cross country, basketball, baseball. You're going to get it all, plus the news of the county. Subscribe today to Eastland County Today. Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the Ranger Coaches Show. In just a few moments, we're going to check in with Coach Hamilton in his office to see how he felt about last Friday night's game. Last Friday was homecoming in Ranger, and so there were a lot of folks back doing the homecoming thing, talking about old times and having a great time with the parade and with everything else that goes along with homecoming. However, the Bulldogs just couldn't pull off a victory against a very tough Cristobal team. They scored 2 points, which is better than most of the opponents against Cristobal this season. Okay, let's now go to Ranger and the Ranger Fieldhouse and see what Coach Hamilton has to say. Coach Hamilton, thanks for your time this morning. Let's talk a little bit about your game Friday evening. You had a homecoming game here against Cristobal. They came and they've had a pretty good season so far, and the Bulldogs gave them all they could Friday evening. Tell us what you saw from the sideline.
They're a good football team. They can play. They're well coached, and they got after it. And we knew going in the game it was going to be a tough night for us. We couldn't make any mistakes to be competitive. And so, as the game started, I told our coaches, we met yesterday actually, and we made some great plays. It's the same thing that has happened to us every week. It's our mistakes that are allowing big plays for touchdowns, and that's what happened. And play in and play out. We forced a lot of punts during the game. We did great things defensively, and a big play would happen. We'd make a mistake. We'd attack the wrong gap, little things, and they would take advantage of it, and they would go score. And so we've got to do a better job of doing our job and being where we're supposed to be and correct those things, and that's been the theme every week. Even games we've won, or the touchdowns we've given up, have been our mistakes and long runs, and those are the things that we've got to overcome, and that's part of the rebuilding process. So our effort, we never gave up. Our effort never slowed down. We played as hard as we could for 4 quarters. We can't overcome the mistakes that we're making, and it's like I said, it's part of the rebuilding process. So we're going to stay the course and get this thing where it needs to be and correct those mistakes as we go.
Yes, sir. You're about halfway through the season now. You have an open week this week. Before we talk about the open week, is there 1, 2, 3 players maybe that kind of stand out that maybe first of the year you didn't really expect too much from, and now they're stepping up, they're playing good football, they're listening, they're coachable, and you're impressed with how they're playing?
I could probably single some guys out. As a whole, we're getting better as a football team, and we've had some kids that hadn't played before, and they're coming out here and they're getting better every day, and everybody's working hard together. We've had the best 2 weeks of practices that I could ever imagine as far as speed goes, and we're live all the time. We feel that in order to get better and be where we need to be, we need to be full tilt, full speed as often as we can when we go into team environments. So overall, it's the group. The whole group works harder. They play harder. They get it. There's not one kid I could single out, and if we did that, it would go against where we're trying to be as
Sure.
one for all. But as we go into the bye week, there's some things we need to move some people around. We as a matter of fact, we met at the house last night, pretty late in the night, with personnel, just who we've got and what's our best 11 at a time to get on the field and tweak where we're at. So that's what this week is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This week is your open week, and do you have kind of a goal, a plan for the kids and for your staff for this open week?
Like I said, we're going to move some kids around and put them where we feel that they're best suited to help our football team. And so, and that's nothing crazy. We're just some guys that are playing inside at nose need to go outside the tackle. We have a linebacker that needs to come down in the box. We've got a receiver that needs to go out wide instead of inside. Just little things like that. But our plan for this week is we've got to fix the problems where we had some offensive problems the other night, and so we've got to tweak where we're at. We need to correct our routes and correct things like that. And this week during the bye week, that's what we're doing. We're not taking a week off. We're not completely changing what we're doing because I'm happy with where we're at. We're sitting at 2-3, and we play every down. And so when you play every down, you can build on that. And so I'm not having to go out and coach effort and beg for effort. We've got that.
Good.
It's a mental mistakes that we've got to overcome.
Right.
And, it's part of it. And our coaching staff together at different schools have been through this, and you stick your plan out and you stay the course and you see what happens in the end, and that's what we're doing. So
yes,
this
sir.
week is just make sure we're on track, make sure we're doing all the little things, and just keep moving forward.
Sure. Again, thanks for your time this morning, Coach, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Hamilton, for taking time out of your morning to spend with us. And as we talked in our interview, this is the open week for the Bulldogs. And so they're going to get an opportunity to rest just a little bit this week before starting district play next week against the Perrin-Witt Pirates. And we'll have more to talk about that next week. What else is going on in Ranger? Well, the Lady Bulldogs are playing volleyball, and it's been kind of a rough district start for the Lady Bulldogs. However, they did pull out a win just Tuesday evening against Perrin, 3-1. Congratulations, Coach Stewart and the Lady Bulldogs for pulling out a district victory this past Tuesday. Also, let's talk a little bit about Ranger College. In this week's edition of the the Eastland County Sports section, you're going to see a couple articles about Ranger College. The men's soccer team has not lost yet. Wow, they are 7-0, the men's soccer team is, and so they are really playing some good soccer over in Ranger. Some cross-country also happening in Ranger. A little article there in the paper about that as well. So make sure you pick up a copy of Eastland County Today, Thursday. All right, that's about it from Ranger. Let's go Bulldogs. Let's go Rangers.